All right, everyone, welcome to the program. Today we are going to start this beautiful formula called the gold Forex formula. Now, it's just the mastering of the 4-hour candles, and from there, we will be able to make money through this 4-hour price flow. So, welcome everyone. I'm so happy to see you all. So, I can see this is just Rwanda and South Africa. Um, yeah, so it's good to see you all. Now, let me take you through the topics that we are going to cover throughout the throughout the throughout the program. So the topics today we're going to cover the introduction to gold itself, the things behind the gold, the things which are very important to know even before trading any pair. So this will be a guideline to all the to all the to all the pairs that you want to trade. So this will be the guideline. You'll be following this guideline to do your analysis, to do your research on the pair, any pair that you trade. This is the topic you need to listen so much. So we're going to do a deep dive on what's behind the gold itself and the strategy itself. I'm going to expose a little bit about the strategy, the history, how it came up, and how are we going to use this 4H formula to trade. Okay. So the second lesson will be covering market structure and candlestick anatomy theory, and following with the time frame coordination and the relationship between time frame. And we're going to cover entry types and confirmation. Um, and you are going after learning all this, then we are going to cover the actual trading process. Now, this is the lesson you need to be there completely, because we are going to learn now how you can make money through this formula. After that, we're going to cover some factors that affects gold market. You need to understand them. Sometimes the trades, you may do analysis very well, and still the trades will kill you, will hit the stop loss, since because you don't understand these factors that affects the price. So we are going to cover them so that you may not get into those risks. And we're going to deal with market scenarios, the market scenarios which may cause the analysis that you do to go wrong. Sometimes you can see the market is going bullish, the next candle is going bullish, but these scenarios, when they occur, they may change the direction of the market. So we need to cover them so that you can be exposed to any scenario of the market. And of course, we're going to cover the risk management and profit and loss projection. Now, here we're going to cover a lot of things concerning what is the pre-sizing, the lots that you're going to use, the risk management techniques that I teach all of my students. And of course, after that, we're going to have a very nice session together, trading together for as the case study. So welcome everyone. Now, on the first topic, Lesson 1, Introduction to Gold. Now, I teach this because I cannot teach you how to make money on XAUUSD, but I cannot, if I don't teach you what's behind the XAUUSD market, I'll be a bad teacher. So I need to teach you what's behind the market, what is making the so-called XAUUSD. Then after that, I'm going to teach you the strategy. So you'll be able to understand what is behind all these things. And you're going to use these techniques to also do research on any pair you're trading. For example, if you're trading USD, JPY, or whatever, Bitcoin or whatever, you need to do this as I'm showing you right now. So XAUUSD, we all know that this is the commodity currency pair, and featuring the XAU as the gold and the USD dollar as the currency. So it's both a commodity currency pair. So you can call it a commodity or a forex pair, because some of the mentors can say XAUUSD is not a forex pair, it's a commodity pair. Some they say it is a forex pair, but I am saying is both a commodity and a currency pair. So you need to uh, to know that. So we know that gold is the precious metal, and it is a physical gold, it's a physical commodity, right? And when we are talking about the forex pair, because it is featured by the US dollar, all right? So they're going correlatively. Now, why are we studying gold? Why are we trading gold? This is the most important thing to know. So this gold is the most popular pair in the world, and it is traded by almost, I mean, majority of the traders in the world trade XAUUSD. So why do we have to trade XAUUSD? The first reason is gold is termed as a safe haven asset. So when you're talking about the safe haven asset, is simply gold is termed as a security to assets, to money. So most of the investors and traders, big banks and big institutions use gold to secure their assets in terms of gold. So gold is used as to protect the currency, the money. So whenever we have economic or political turmoils, or we have geopolitical events, for example, wars and disasters and all that. So those events, when they occur, they tend to um, reduce the value of the money or of the currency of a certain country. Now, in order to protect yourself from the devaluation, you need to buy gold, since gold is termed as uh, gold does not lose value. So we know that gold does not lose value. So in order to protect your money, you need to buy uh, an asset that does not lose value. So we found some other people buy land, some other people buy buildings, some other people buy minerals in terms of gold and silver and so on and so on. So gold is a safe haven asset. And of course, gold is a very high liquidity pair. So you can, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. Maybe it's network. Can you hear me, anyone? Everybody, can you hear me? Hope you can hear me, right? Okay, let's continue now. So, high liquidity. Why? Gold can give you even 100 pips in just a single session. And sometimes in just a single 4 hour, you can get 100 plus pips. So you can see how this pair is, and that's why we love it so much. And it can be favorable to any type of trader, whether you're a swing, you're a day trader, wherever. It is suitable for anyone. Okay. So also it is suitable for diversification. As I talked about in the safe haven, same applies in this point here. So is used to diversify resources in terms of money. Okay, so we diversify money in terms of gold, in terms of asset that does not lose value. Okay, and of course potential for profits in both technical and fundamental. Now, the beauty of this program is I'm going to teach you mostly technicals, but we are going to use also fundamentals. Okay, so you're going to learn both fundamentals and technicals so that you can be in the right track to know the directions, the the price of gold moving, you know. So this is a good program to be. So we know in the fundamentals we have things like interest rate, inflation, USD strength, geopolitical events, and most of the economic datas. We use them to trade gold. So somebody asked me earlier that why do you always post profit, profit? Because of some of the secrets like this. So many of you don't know how to use this. So we are going to learn them in this program. Now, let's dive deep in the gold market now. The gold as the physical commodity, not as a pair that we trade all the time, as a physical commodity. Now, this gold is the most powerful asset in world economy. Why? Because most of the governments, most of the banks, central banks, they use gold to protect or to preserve their currencies and the economy. So you find most of the countries we have gold reserves, and those gold reserves we use them to fund projects, to fund uh, different infrastructures and all of that. We use them. We use gold also uh, to borrow money uh, and also to preserve the currency of a country. So it is the most powerful asset. And right now, the gold market is worth 12 plus trillion dollar. So when you trade gold, you need to know that this alone, the XAUUSD alone is worth 12 trillion dollar. Now, compared to the Forex market it is 6 trillion right now, but the gold itself is just 12 trillion dollar. So it's a very, very powerful asset. and you can trade 24 hours. Now, here I need to talk a little bit here. So you may find some of the people or some of the mentors say trade gold just in New York or in London session since we have high liquidity. But you can trade gold even in Asian session, even in all the session you can trade gold 24 hours. Why? Because I am going to tell you the beautiful reason uh, why you can trade gold in any session. I'm going to tell you right now. Now, we talked about why gold is so active, so because we central banks use hold gold to back up their currency, the hedge funds and us retail traders, we keep this gold so active and powerful all the way. And these are the most factors that influence gold price, which we will learn a lot when we reach the lesson of factors affecting gold price. We will learn them in deep and how to analyze them. So we have the USD strength and weakness, interest rate, inflation, geopolitical risks, and supply and demand. Now, right now, the world top producers of gold are these one, the top 10. Right now, the number one is China. Now, let me ask you guys, China is in what session? Let me ask you guys, China is in what session? So somebody say Asian session. Yes, China is in Asia. So if the number one producer of gold is on Asia, why can't you trade Asia? Why can't you trade Asian session? So this is the question you need to be asking yourself. If someone tells you don't trade Asian session since you cannot find entries or there is no liquidity there, he is wrong. Because the number one producers in in the world is on Asian. So you can trade any session. Why do we find London and New York having such high volume? Simply because most of the banks, the hedge funds, investors and traders, most of them are found in those sessions. That's why we have large volume in those sessions. Okay? But you can trade any session. Doesn't matter if it's Asian or any session. I teach students from Asian, India, Iran, Pakistan. I teach those students here, and they trade this formula, this same formula, in on their session, and they do wonders. So you can see China, Malaysia, Australia, and so on and so on. So this data you'll be. And another quick fact here, um, since since this is the top 10 producers, okay, these are the top 10 producers of gold. You need also uh, to know the economic events, the fundamental data on each country here on the top 10. I can give you an example. One of the day, I think it was last week, we had a very large volume on gold, but when you go to the Forex factory, sorry, when you go to the Forex factory, you didn't, I mean, I didn't see any news on that time. All right. But when you go to the news that concerns Chinese economy, that news affected the gold price. So you need to be aware of the economic news and events that are happening on these top 10 producers. All right. That's why I teach this. So this is a secret, guys. All right. So who are the main participants in the gold market? We talked about the central banks holding gold reserves as the protective measures of the economy. We talked about the institute investors, the hedge funds, the asset managers, okay? And here are the retail traders now, people like us, okay? That's why I'm teaching this formula in order for us to be able to trade gold, to be the main participants also, okay? We have also commercial banks and gold miners, those miners who produce gold as physical commodity. Those are also the main producers. Why? You are going to know this well when we learn the factors of affecting gold. Here I'm talking about the supply and demands of the gold as a physical commodity that affects gold price. Okay, and of course we have wealth funds and governments. These are the main participants in the XAUUSD market. Okay, so you need to understand them, and we are going to dive deep when we reach the factors affecting gold. We are going to dive deep on this so that you can be able to analyze them and use them, those information in trading. Okay, you need to trade with full of information. That is the best way to be confident in the market. All right. Now let's dive. Let me give you a little bit of the overview of our formula. Now, this formula is the best to my side since I've started trading gold. Last year, August, I started researching on the ways of trading gold with persistency. And I come up with so many solutions, but one of them was the 4-hour price floor. And I'm just using one candlesticks. Now you can trade this candlestick, all this candlestick, all this candlestick, all this, any candlestick on a 4-hour chart can be a potential profit for you. Now, since I've started trading this program, it is 90% winning rate. 90%. And I'm going to teach to expose this on the case studies, but it is very, very profitable. And of course, you can use any candle. You just have to choose which candlestick of a 4-hour you need to trade. Okay, for example, I trade this twice a day. I use the 8 a.m. East African time candle and 12 a.m. PM candle sometimes, and the 4-hour candle, 4 p.m. candle. So sometimes I trade 3 times, sometimes I just trade 2 times. That's all. So you can choose also which 4-hour you need to trade. So the benefits of this, it is easy to understand. I tried to come up with a simplified version of analyzing the market, reducing all the reducing all the analysis time. We have learned a lot of strategy, and all the strategy come up with a lot of things. You need to go here, you mark this, and you go here, you mark this. So it's difficult, but here is just a matter of understanding one candle and you are just good to go. It is easy, easy to understand. So if you fail to understand this formula, I don't know how to help you. I don't know how to help you. So you need to be very, very careful to listen to every word that I'm saying in order for you to be successful in this. And also it reduces screen time. We don't have to sit on the chart for a long time often. We just have to sit on chart. Sometimes you need to sit on chart maybe for 1 hour or 2 hours only. Now, since you're trading a 4-hour candle, I mean, you just have to set your stop loss and TP, and then you're good to go. So the screen time is so low, and you're going to see this, how this easy it is. And of course, it's flexible. You can choose any hour, 4-hour. You can choose any 4-hour candle for you to trade. So it doesn't matter. And potential of profits, a 4-hour in a gold can provide even more than 100 pips, which is a very, very good. You can find most of the currency pair, you can't get even 100 pips for a whole week. You can sit from Monday to Friday and nothing. You just get maybe 50 and something pips. So in here, you get 100 pips in just a 4-hour candle. That is very, very good. Sometimes we get 50 pips, sometimes we get 80, but most of the time we get 100, which is a very good thing. We filter all the noises, the indicators, the what, everything, we filter them away. We just deal with candlesticks anatomy, which is the best. So this is a very good formula for you to understand. So that is all I wanted to share. The little bit of background of the gold itself, the gold market, how we are going to trade these 4-hour charts, candles. So it's a very, very good formula. Now, anyone with any question, because here is where we sum up the topic number 1. It's a very boring topic, but yeah, it is important also. The next topic, we're going to dive deep on the market structure and candlestick anatomy. Now, this is the best topic. I need to be there. So anyone with any question? You can just switch on the mic and ask. Hello?
Hello, sir.
Yes, welcome.
Thanks. Are you going to share the slides?
These slides,
Yes, the slides which we use in the class daily.
no. Actually, here you can see here I'm just using the actual PDF, which I'm going to provide to you. So, um, you will
Okay.
have
No,
you,
thanks. No, that will do.
yeah,
Thanks.
yeah. But this PDF I'm going to provide to you after we reach topic number 6, where we are going to learn the factors affecting gold price. There, I'm going to provide this PDF because there are so many things you need to be learning by yourself through the PDF as your guide. Yeah, so don't worry, you will have it all. Okay. Any other question? Habimana, Maranatha. So how you handle like Asians session on liquidities, guys? I told you this program we deal with candlesticks, okay? The 4-hour candles. So we are not going to deal with any type of liquidity or sessions liquidity. Those are noises which I talked about here. We filter all the noises. So we just deal with candlestick anatomy, guys. All right. We filtered all the noise. Actually, I know then, and there is a strategy about sessions, but in here we don't deal with those. We just use candlestick. Yes, you need to read this information, and especially here on the main participants and the top producers. You know, people ignore all these countries that produce gold most of the time. So they provide newses that the Forex factory cannot provide. All right. That's why in my WhatsApp channel, I told you that there are many websites that provide relevant information on trading gold rather than Forex Factory. So I will be sharing that uh, one by one, but in here in this program, you're going to have it all. I'm going to give you the websites that you need to deal with them, uh, to look at them every day. When you open the chart, you need to know first the informations, then from there now you go to trading. Why? Because they determine the price flow. Okay, they determine the price flow. Any other question, guys? And the time here is running out. 1 minute left. I guess no question, right? Okay. So the timetable says we are going to have the session on Wednesday again. So what I need you to go and look at is I need you to go and perform a deep dive, understand these main participants. How do they affect the gold market? I need you to go there and learn And I'm going to give you this screenshot here. I'm going to give you this screenshot here and this screenshot here. And I need you to go deep, understand this. Producers understand these main participants, because I'm going to have questions for you, and those questions will matter you. I mean, I'm going to see if you understand how these main participants affects the gold market. Now, we are going to learn them a lot in the lesson on factors affecting gold price, but I just need you to go and understand them. So this is not an assignment, it's just a task for you. You can do it or not, or you can't do it, whatever, I don't care, but you just do it because we are going to learn them here. So yeah, in the next lesson there we will have assignments. So thank you everyone. See you on Wednesday. I'm having another class here. Thank you everyone. If you have any question, you can ask in the group and I will be answering from there. Okay, thank you very much.